I can categorically say that not everything we wanted happened in the time frame we wanted it. Let's get to know more about today's topic. Stay tuned as I'll be right back. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of INSiGHT. Welcome to April, as this is the first show in April. On today's topic, we need to talk about delay. Yes, delay. But then we know delay is something people experience in their day-to-day activities and in their lifetime journey. Before I dive into today's topic, my name is Olasunbo Akinola, and it feels so good to be here again on today's topic, which is delay. How do you keep up with this journey? How do you cope? How can you cope? How can you go through this journey? There is a common adage, or let me say, there's a common saying that there is always a light after the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel. But then, while in that tunnel, it is very, very difficult to see that light. Why? It's not like we don't believe that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. At least, whatever requires struggles, whatever you go through in life, there is definitely an happy time or an happy ending to whatever we do or whatever we go through. But then, with the first question I asked, is it everything we've always wanted or everything we've always asked from God that came at the time frame we gave it? I don't think so. But in case everything you ever requested from God came at the time frame you gave it, please, you can just drop a comment under the comment section, because I feel we all have our desires, but into these desires we have a time frame, and then we have a lot of time frame. We have the biological time frame, we have the professional time frame, we have different types of time frame, we have the career time frame, we have a whole lot of these. A whole lot of these. We have deadlines, we have this to do. But talking about time frame, there are some time frame whereby, okay, you just tell God, God, it's between a month, and between within that 1 month, you've gotten your answer, you've gotten your testimony. We know some it's between 5 years to 10 years to 15 years, but some you don't even have an idea of when it would happen or how it would happen. And that is when people get so overwhelmed, when they are going through something or they just requested something from God, but then they do not have an idea of what would happen. And that's when people start saying, oh, delay, delay, delay. Because I believe when something does not happen at the time frame which we've planned for it to happen, people term it as a delay. But is it every time frame that has been exceeded that happens to be a delay? Let me get the question right. Is it every time frame that has been exceeded that happens to be a delay? If you've passed a time frame, does that automatically mean that you've experienced a delay or you are going through a delay? Let that question sit right. But then, who owns this time? Is it us? Is it in our end? Is it in God's end? That is the serious question we should always ask ourselves. Because if you believe, oh, I can't control the time, then you should be able to know that you cannot control whatever you want. Although there are things we can control, we should be able to know things that are within our control and things that are not within our control. But then just accept the fact that the things that are not within your control would happen at God's time. You want that job. Okay, if you are long-legged and you know a lot of people, you are influential, you can get that job within that time frame. But there are different circumstances to this time frame and to whatever you are asking from God, to whichever request you have. And that is the simple thing we need, because we term everything delay. We are quick to terming things as a delay. We don't have to term it as a delay, like, oh, she's experiencing a delay. Not everything in this life is a delay. Before you can conclude that, okay, something is a delay, then you ought to have known the time it is meant to occur. So if you're saying, okay, you're experiencing a delay or something, but then we have some delay that are very, very visible to us. We have the childbirth delay where we have the biological time clocking, moving so fast, and then you are scared. You'll be like, oh, time is going. Of course, you need to carry your child. But then when it comes to delay that are surrounded to this situation, we need to know things that are responsible for this delay. And there are different ways to know. Because one, when it comes to the biological delay, which means childbirth delay, you have to know that, okay, it is God that provides a child. But then you need to be very, very sure that, oh, it is God's wish. Although we always ask for for good things. God only offers good things. He does not offer bad things. We need to understand that. But then we need to trust in God, because if you're experiencing a childbirth delay or any form of biological delay, we need to know that, okay, God knows best. And there are crucial ways to react to these things in which we need to know ourselves. Another thing that determines a delay is we ourselves, you as a person, I as a person, because sometimes we are a determinant to these things. Sometimes people that are actually experiencing a relationship problem or something, sometimes people don't even realize they are the problem. It is until you realize you are the problem, you know that, oh, you are the cause of your own delay. But it depends on the pattern of thing, or on the pattern such person has been experiencing. Some pattern cannot keep going on and then suddenly one day you get awakened to it and be like, oh, so I have been the cause of my problem. So we need to be sincere with ourselves. Are you the cause of your delay? It could be a career delay, it could be an educational delay. You can't just keep telling a child, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, or you need to get this professional course, you need to go for your master's degree, but then you're not even showing effort. You never try to apply for your transcript. You never try to obtain a form. You never try to do the necessary requirement just for you to get entry into the university for your masters. So sometimes we delay ourselves. So sometimes delay could be from God for reasons best known to Him, and then we know God comes in a miraculous way. He shows up differently to different individuals. And these are things we need to understand. But irrespective of whatever you're going through, the challenges you're facing, there are good ways in which we can react to these things. The first thing is avoid losing focus. There are sometimes you're just overwhelmed with whatever you're going through. But then you don't have to lose focus. I have my requests. I have things I want from God. But then, since I am yet to get whatever I am asking from God, you know what I do these days? I don't even stress myself. I tend to when I go through social media, I tend to follow people or follow the follow content based on my request from God. When I see people celebrating the testimony of my request, or when I see people celebrating something related to my request, I just engage their content. I just watch it. I think I feel better, although we vary. You might not be feeling that way, but then I feel better when I tend to get myself busy with content related to my request, and I'll be like, oh, when God finally answers my prayer, Omo, this is how I will do my thing. This is how I also want to know. This is how I'll be smiling. I'll just tell myself, somebody, this is how you be smiling. Oh, somebody, you are going to look pretty just like this. Sometimes I just get an inspiration from whatever I am. So I follow content based on my request. Because when the request finally gets answered, I know how to handle it. I know how to treat it. So I don't lose focus. I won't say, okay, because God has not answered this prayer, I'm not even bothered. I'm not even bothered. So one thing I do in order not to lose focus is to pay attention to related requests, like pay attention to my requests. It could either be on how to handle it when God finally answers it, or get knowledge from whatever I am requesting. And it depends, depending on your kind of request. Another way to act towards a delay is also to never lose your goal. When I talk about not losing your goal, just ask yourself, like, oh, this thing I'm even requesting from God, what do I even need it for? Is it to pepper people? But if God should answer this prayer, I am a God, I'm a mom. No, you should have a vision. You should have a goal. Like, oh, this is what I want from God, but it is not to pepper people. It is to do this. It is to do that. You know what? Make sure when you do something, don't do it for others. Do it for yourself, because people are watching from afar, near. People are watching, and these are things you need to be careful about. I hope today's video has been so helpful. I know this video is going to be a short one, but I hope this video has been so informative. And if it has, please do not forget to give me a thumbs up. Do not forget to share, and do not forget to like for others to enjoy. Until I come your way next week. Till then, bye.